Okay, so we're on the overview of the part 2 of the Flask tutorial. So I'm gonna explain a little bit of what is web framework, what is Flask, WSGI. You're gonna see this thing like what is this, like you're gonna hear this a lot. And yeah, let's just start. So what is web framework? So if you're building like I told you, so you should have experience on PHP. It's so easy to explain on another language like PHP because like back on the day, PHP is the it's not the go-to way you're gonna build website, but it's so very popular even now. Like they say that PHP is gone. No, that's bullshit anyway. That's why there's so many you can get easily hack on, because some developers don't have experience on PHP, because there's so many well documented written on PHP that you can easily understand. And like if you go to the plus, like they have written this, so developer for the web with cautions, always keep security in mind while building web application. So you know what's the meaning of this. So plus in general is not a for beginner that you can jump so easily and master that. Absolutely true anyway. You should have experience on web development in order to like master this. Like there's a if you build this, like you just follow the documentation, you don't know some security risks that you're gonna encounter because you don't have proper experience on like in general. So if you have experience on PHP, it's so easy to apply it on plus like that. And yeah, let's just start. So what's framework? It's a web application for simply framework represent on a collection of library and modules in order to the where to be. So what's the framework in general? You can build like a web application without framework, like PHP, like core PHP, like that. You can do that, and without using any kind of library, you can do that. But you're writing a lot of code. So if you use a framework, there's a built-in. Like we're not gonna build the router, the template like that on the scratch. Imagine that if you build that on scratch, you're gonna take a lot of time, and we don't we don't want to do that. And you're gonna take 1 or 3 years to do that and pick some bug. Let somebody maintain that code, and we're gonna use some of that in our project. That's what is framework all about. It's a bunch of collection of library that you're gonna use, because you're not gonna maintain that. Like I never hear like a company that maintain all of the code. That's impossible. And yeah, so let's next, what is plus? So plus is a web application framework written in Python. So okay, so let's say the easiest way I can explain plus is a micro framework compared to the Django. So what's the difference between plus and Django? So plus is micro framework and Django is full web framework. So okay, in plus this so very simplified, and like you can do a API request for this, like you can do a API web server like so easy on plus, because you don't need to use the 100% of web framework like Django. That's why it's called micro anyway. And yeah, it's so it's built in on Python, right? It's micro. That's it. That's you gonna only thing you gonna understand it. And WSGI, website gateway, it's okay. We're not we're not gonna tackle about this anyway. You should at least what does this mean, because it's already on the documentation. You're gonna hear this a lot. Recurser, a toolkit. Okay, Jinja, so the template engine that use on Plus, they use Jinja on that. It's kind of weird name anyway. And yeah, so this is the overview. Overall, Plus is not for a absolute beginner, and you're gonna mess this up. Like, it's on the chapter like this, for web with caution, like that. And yeah, so that's where I'm done on the overview. We're gonna go to the installation. If you read this, nothing to on the documentation. Like, if you have time, you should read this, the entire documentation. There's not a lot anyway. And yeah, so that's my personal opinion. We're gonna go to the installation for this one. And yeah, see you in the next video.